All right, making sure everything's running. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just like I do my best to kind of run everything. Um, let's see. It starts picking up. Up. Come on, stream. You can do this. There we go. Okay, it takes a moment. Okay. Mute, please. Okay, there we go. All right. So last time, like I said, I need to draw a couple of these. I'm currently working on some icons and improving the gaming channel, but in order to do that, I kind of have to make time to work on these items. So I already did one of my friend Josh. This one's gonna be of my fiance Adam. Swatches. Oh, excuse me. Oop, there we go. And now we're just gonna do multiply, and I'm gonna drop the opacity to. Oh my god. I hate the new Photoshop. It used to be really sturdy and now it just feels really finicky. They keep adding all these new features and like basic stuff like if you have the selection tool selected, you hit 4. Now you just have to like tap on everything because it just gets too confused. Okay. So my fiance likes specific characters. One of them I'm gonna say is probably the Rock from Chowder, Schnitzel. And then we just went this weekend. We went to a state park here in Texas that has a replica of Stonehenge, and they had some of the Moai statue replicas there. So I was thinking, okay, maybe I can blend the Moai statues with my fiance's personality. So this was rough sketch 1. So, and he does have a really strong chin. So I'm going to be kind of changing this a little bit as I'm going through this. I'm going to drop this down a little bit more. Let's make a new rendition. And I kind of like the whole... Again, this is just a quick sketch. There we go. So I kind of like this a little bit better than what I had before. It's got a little more personality, in my opinion. Again, this I might clean up a little bit. All right. Right now, I'm just kind of fleshing him out a little bit. And I want a little bit of a repeat of this shadowy area down here. And then the legs, I'm looking like at Total Drama Island. I'm not sure if you guys remember that show. It had very kind of retro style looking characters that got brought back by the show Fairy Odd Parents. That used to be a really popular style in like I believe the 50s and 60s, and then Fairy Odd Parents kind of brought that retro style back, and then they created Danny Phantom and a lot of really popular shows in the 90s 2000s era using that kind of retro style look, which is also easy to replicate as well. Okay. Okay, now instead of having soft curves, Because you have a really bulky guy. So he does have a few curves, but not a lot. Alright, don't mind the music. I said this is stuff that I create in Sono. So that's pretty much what you're seeing. Oh, so the camera finally decided to turn on. So I've been having problems all morning trying to get the camera to turn on. And then suddenly I started streaming and starts working. Such a pain in the butt. Okay. So I kind of like that a little better than my original design. So that's what I had in mind first. I kind of like that a little bit better. So let's go ahead and clean this out. All right. Okay. Again, if you like the faint music you hear in the background, you could go to Khayos music, and hear it there full volume. And again, I'm trying to keep kind of like a very stiff look because he's supposed to be a rock man. Now, I was also trying to be careful that I'm not creating tangent lines. Alright, that looks pretty good. And this character's meant to be kind of rigid. My fiance, he's kind of a man of rules. Doesn't really sway from just go to point A to point B to point C. So he's pretty linear kind of guy. So this kind of is a little fitting for his personality. He likes what he likes. Okay, so that seems pretty okay to me. Alright, so let's go ahead and do a fill. Okay, this time around, instead of having those little edges, I'm gonna go ahead, at this point, I'm gonna nip it in the bud. I'm gonna contrast my selection by 1 point, and then I'm gonna go ahead and fill this up with white. Okay, this just gives me kind of like a starting point. Oh. My setup is not very good for this type of sometimes this type of work. I'm kind of have my CT kind of floating off the edge of the desk. There we go. That right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and add some colors in here. He does like blue. And he does wear matching shirts with matching shorts. I tell you, the man's a stickler for the rules. He likes what he's like. I'm not gonna give him crap about it. I'm gonna go ahead and carry that up here. Okay, and then I kind of want to give him kind of like a stone look to his body. So I'm gonna create, for some, I'm gonna grab this, I'm gonna create a new tone. I always like to look at the characters in different tones to see what the result is going to be. So I usually use my blue, the black to see for the edges, and then the white for just kind of see the colors. The blue just kind of helps me figure out where I have like missing, how do you say, gaps in the coloring and stuff like that. Meow meow, no, not right now. You get playtime later. So I tend to use this. And then as for stone, I'm going to go with a lighter gray. And this is going to be very monochromatic. Okay, not too bad. Except for this little piece right here, I want to make this a little bit darker. And a little bit of dimension here by adding this little few points. Okay, also gonna go ahead and add some highlights. Just go and I call them high. And I'm gonna put this as overlay. I said some of these buttons don't work anymore, like switching. It used to be you press X and you were able to switch between these. It's almost like the tools no longer activate on the keyboard. Okay, okay, there we go. I guess we're just gonna go ahead and only highlight one side. There we go, that doesn't look too bad. Alright, and probably the last thing that I want to do is go ahead and add some textures over him. I'm going to create a new layer. And what I want to do is go to Image, Fill Layer. Layer. Oh my goodness, what do I mean? Pattern. And right now the pattern that I'm looking for... And these are very old school, guys. You can find all kinds of stuff here. Trees, water, grass, trees. So trees tend to be the default on the legacy. Let me see what we got on the stone pattern. Dirt. Stone. Let's go under stone. Okay. That actually doesn't look too bad. And then what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go ahead and I am going to overlay. Multiply doesn't look too bad. I like multiply. That kind of looks good. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select. Okay, so I have the option to do this right here. I can either select this. And then I can go ahead and extract them from here, which I kind of like that. That's actually not too bad. And then let's go ahead and do a few minor fixes here. Okay, now the question that I want to do is that do I want to add the white eyeball? I kind of like that. Don't know why. I just do. I just like it. Yeah, I'm not trying to go too crazy with these. All I have to do anywhere I mess up, I just simply go in and I erase it. Yeah, I kind of like that, so I'm going to stick with this. Okay, so let me go ahead and save this real quick. Give me 1 second. Go ahead and save this. Okay, cool. That's being repaired. Oh, I didn't even update the God, I hate this. Every time I feel like I miss like 20 different steps every time I try to stream. And man, I'm getting old. It keeps saying Helldivers 2 when it's really just me doing art. It's pain. Okay, I think the last part that I want to do is work on the line art. Let's go ahead, do a new line art. And what I want to do is to use a dark. Let's see if I want to keep this. No, let's go pick like a grayish. Yeah. Maybe a little darker. I don't want it just to be black. Yeah, like a natural-ish color. I'm gonna leave it right around the eyes. Alright, kind of like that. I like that the eyes kind of stick out. Like, they just really stand out. They got that right there. And I think I'm going to leave it right there. So that seems to be pretty good. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and select all of this. Okay, that's the original. I'm going to duplicate it. Then I'm going to flatten it out. And then from here, I'm going to create... want it to be a 1-to-1 ratio. Because these are going to be icons for a stream. So I need to make sure it's that 1-to-1 ratio. Yes, you've... Jesus, Photoshop. I don't want to see your tips. Okay. Okay, from here I'm going to go ahead and create a circle. And unfortunately, a lot of the shortcuts that I used to know, they completely changed everything. Like, now you don't have to hold shift anymore to center it. And imagine doing that for almost like 20 years and now they're like, oh no, we're gonna make it easier for people and confuse the shit out of them. Let's make this a smart object. Smart object. That way we maintain the quality. And we make them a little bigger. I like that right there. And then what we're going to do is grab the circle. Okay. Okay, there we go. So we have that. See, like all these little menu things, I do not like any of this. Okay, and I need to go ahead and go to the preferences. Okay, so we got blue. So let's see, blue is orange, if I remember correctly. That's a little tame, so let's try one of the pre-made swatches. That's grayscale. Pastels, light, pure. Let's try going to pure. There we go. That's a strong orange. Yellow is actually not too bad. Okay, maybe the stroke. Not the fill. Okay, so let's try to do that. Doesn't look too bad. Alright, and can I actually go in here? Use the magnifying glass and then select the interior? I totally could, but I'm being lazy. I may probably making it harder on myself. Okay, so I kind of like that. I think that's cool. Cancel that. Go ahead and save. And again, guys, I apologize for the hiccups this time around on this little stream right here. But I think I like that. I think he will like that too. Let me see. Maybe I can make him later. The adjustments. And sometimes it's not until you actually put him down like this that you actually realize. Yep, this is my adjustments layer. There you go. Make it a little bit brighter will work. That way he stands out, because you don't want him to get lost in the background. But that's without it, that's with it. I think it looks better with it, so that way the character pops out a little more. Okay, so with that, that's the second character. That's actually not too bad. I'm gonna keep going through these. I do have to pause in between to get kind of these things done. Just kind of check emails and stuff, and then I'll probably continue making these today. Be back. Actually, no, I'm gonna take a pause real quick. So, sorry guys, I'm still getting used to the live streaming stuff. So, yeah. So this is pretty much this. Please, I gotta remember to do this. Please like and subscribe. You like the channel. Again, I'm a little rusty at this. I normally just pretty much just talk to myself, and I don't really stream very often. So I apologize for the rough format, but again, work in progress. But anyway, I'll be back with a new design, and I'll see you guys in the next video.